Shakur Stevenson versus Vasily Lomachenko is in the works, and this fight could potentially happen. And Oscar Valdez could be fighting Navarrete next. Let's talk about it in this video. King Jr. got another video for y'all. So it looks like we could be getting the fight between Shakur Stevenson and Vasily Lomachenko. According to Bob Arum, he says he's very interested in that fight and he's willing to make that fight. If Vasily Lomachenko is successful against Richard Comey, I have no idea when that fight's taking place. I have to look it up again. But I believe Vasily Lomachenko beats Richard Comey. And Bob Arum also stated that he is willing to do the fight early 2022. So this is good for Shakur Stevenson because if you beat Vasily Lomachenko, and this is going to speak volumes for your career, I think this is going to prove that Shakur Stevenson is a top tier junior featherweight or junior lightweight, whatever you want to call him. But I think that beating Lomachenko is a pretty big thing on your resume because Lomachenko has a lot of tools and he can also make you look bad as well. And I think Shakur's style, and these guys actually fought in the amateurs, I believe. You know, Vasily Lomachenko liked the Shakur, and Shakur looked up to Lomachenko. You know, so they had a friendship there. And I think that Shakur's style is perfect for Vasily Lomachenko because there's some things that Shakur can do to neutralize Vasily Lomachenko for not letting him tee off on you, getting those angles off on you, and make you look bad, you know. And I think Shakur Stevenson will do fine against Vasily Lomachenko. And also Oscar Valdez versus Navarrete could be next. Bob Arum also stated that. I don't know how that fight's going to play out because I feel like that Navarrete defense isn't all that. And I think Navarrete would give Oscar Valdez a run from his money. But do I see Navarrete winning? Who knows? Maybe Navarrete might have a whole game plan for Oscar Valdez. I just don't see Navarrete winning. Whoever is the winner of that fight, we could potentially get a fight with Shakur or Lomachenko, whoever's the winner out of that fight as well. But I think that Oscar Valdez could win that fight, you know, because Oscar Valdez does have better defense than Navarrete because Navarrete gets hit a little bit too much. But who knows? This is the sport of boxing. If you think about it, if Oscar Valdez win his next fight, if Shakur Stevenson wins his up-and-coming fight that's coming soon, against, if Lomachenko is successful, we could get a unification bout between Oscar Valdez and Shakur Stevenson. I'm picking Shakur Stevenson because Oscar Valdez is going to lose this fight, in my opinion, bad because Oscar Valdez get hit way too much. We've seen that he was getting hit with way too much against Robert Casasio. There was a lot of pressure on that fight because, you know, he tested positive for amphetamine, and there was a lot of critics saying, why is he still fighting? He should be banned from the sport and all this other stuff. And they're absolutely right. You know, you tested positive for a banned drug and you still continue to fight. That's never has been really allowed in the sport of boxing. You know, how do you cheat and then you come off, then you just come right back in the ring? You know, everybody's going to look at you suspect. And just like Shakur Stevenson, this is Jamel Herring, disrespect him. I want you to disrespect Oscar Valdez because Jamel Herring, you know, I didn't like the thing that Shakur Stevenson was doing to Jamel Herring. Jamel Herring was respectable to Shakur, but Jamel Herring also got to remember, you're a Marine, you know. It's okay to tee off on Shakur if he talking shit, you know. But, you know, just the respect of Jamel Herring, you know, he stayed disciplined, and, you know, hopefully Shakur Stevenson can mature out eventually. But I hope he has that same energy for Oscar Valdez because I'll be calling him a drug cheat and all this other stuff. And that fight will sell. Go ahead. I'd rather touch Oscar Valdez. I'll snatch it off his shoulder, you know. Do anything you can to sell a fight because Shakur Stevenson, this fight between him and Jamel Herring did not sell as well as people think. Shakur Stevenson is still not a big name. I'm not gonna say he's a boring fighter. It's just he has a style for the diehard boxing fans to see. A casual boxing fan wouldn't understand Shakur Stevenson's style, just like a lot of people wouldn't understand Lomachenko's style. You know, people say, "Oh, Lomachenko just got ankles," but you really don't. You just see Lomachenko for his ankles, but you're not really seeing how Lomachenko's set up to get around to use those ankles. And those are typical boxing fans that think they know boxing, but they really don't. But anyway, guys, we could potentially get a lot of good fights if it plays out right. Shakur beats Vasily Lomachenko, or if Lomachenko beats Shakur, or if Navarrete beat Oscar Valdez, or Oscar Valdez beat Navarrete. One of those guys are going to be willing to unify all the belts. At this point, what would be next for Shakur if he's successful at beating Lomachenko and Oscar Valdez in a long period of time? I think Shakur Stevenson should try to get his hands on the WBA belt and IBF belt and try to claim undisputed at 130. You know, finish all your work down there. People already jumping the gun and say Shakur would beat Devin Haney. Shakur would beat Teofimo Lopez, which I have him beat Teofimo Lopez. But we have to take this into speculation that we don't want to rush this kid too early. Okay. We know that he can be a problem at 135, but I want to see him claim the big names at 130 before he goes to 135, because there's still a lot of work that he has to do at 130 if he really wants to prove that his name is worth. I think that him and Devin Haney is going to be a very interesting fight. A lot of people say that Shakur Stevenson just does a little bit stuff better than Devin Haney. The only thing that Devin Haney really needs is if Devin Haney can get to the point that he's walking you down, it's going to play to a very interesting fight between Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney. Shakur may be better skill-wise, but it's a very, very small margin, because you got to remember, Devin Haney uses more lateral movement than Shakur Stevenson, and he has a longer reach, and he's big, he's mobile, he's technical, and he can get technical with you. And Devin Haney can fight on the inside as well, but the power there for Shakur or Devin Haney. But as a technical standpoint, Devin Haney and Shakur sparred before. Devin Haney was piecing Shakur up at certain times, and Shakur was piecing Devin Haney. That makes for a very, very interesting fight. I really can't wait to see that fight in the future, but that's a long ways off from now. But anyway, guys, I'm not going to keep this video too long. Be expecting to see Shakur versus Lomachenko for now, if something doesn't change. And let's hope Lomachenko is successful against Richard Comey, which I really think he will be. We're going to probably see Navarrete and Oscar Valdez. I have Oscar Valdez winning the fight just because of the defense of Navarrete. Anything can happen in the sport of boxing. But with that being said, it is what it is. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. This is your boy King Jr. I'm out of here. Peace.